Thank you for coming, everybody. Really want to thank everyone for being here today. Every New Yorker is familiar with those ubiquitous street news racks, those sidewalk news racks. And in true New York fashion, we have a love-hate relationship with them, right? We love the convenient access to our favorite local papers. What we don't love is that they're frequently neglected, vandalized, tipped over, broken, filled with garbage, causing sidewalk congestions, or just plain eyesores. And by the way, a lot of them aren't newspapers, they're all kind of commercial enterprises. Like a lot of things, New Yorkers have just been used to living with them for a long time, and the city hasn't had the ability to do much about it. There hasn't been very much enforcement on it because the city doesn't have very many tools at its disposal. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today, I'm introducing legislation that would put in place better regulations that would clarify and strengthen the rules around the use of sidewalk news racks. Introduction 810 directs the Department of Transportation to develop standards regarding the manner in which news racks shall be placed or installed. It gives the DOT the ability to create design standards regarding the size, shape, and appearance of news racks. The legislation updates the siting regulations to include that a news rack shall not be placed within 4 feet of street furniture, within 5 feet of a bike station, 8 feet of a bike rack, within 5 feet of DEP water protection sampling stations. It also clarifies that news racks should not be used primarily for advertising or promotional purposes other than announcing the name of the website or publication that the news racks for. Publications would be able to display the logos on the doors of the spaces that are offered, not to exceed 50% of the door space. And this is an important part. The owner must also affix to the news rack their name, address, telephone number, and email address in a readily visible location. A lot of these news racks aren't even necessarily owned by the publication, but until now, we haven't known who's responsible for them or who to contact if there's a problem with them. If they're broken, abandoned, filled with garbage, that's going to change with this legislation. I want to thank Councilmember Sandra Ung for being the prime co-sponsor of this legislation. And I want to thank all the different stakeholders that are here today. There's a lot of momentum around this legislation.